Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning. This is race 2 of our Saturday Championship, the nod to the NASCAR racing, which we've called Mustang Mayhem, and that's exactly what it is. Some brilliant racing so far. We are over in Japan at the BB Raceway, or the Broad Bean Raceway, to give it its proper title, and it's only a mile long. It's a fictional track with 4 turns. So you don't really need any brakes. The guys have left them at home. And as Daddy Dim says, my bumper is not your brake. Well, yes it is, Daddy Dims. In this particular race, it is your their brake, because that's exactly what the guys do. They do like to get their elbows out and have a bit of a touchy-feely session as we go along. Great racing in race 1, which saw Silly Shot take the win after his return. But reverse grid for race 2, so let's have a look, shall we, and see where everybody is. So Daddy Dims now finds himself on pole position with Sid the Sloth just behind him in second. Pete is third, then Mr. Hoyland, the Saint in fifth, Stealth is sixth, Carlsberg just behind him, Rufus is eighth, Grahamid ninth, Phaser 10th, then we've got Hoggy and race 1 winner Silly Shot all the way down in 12th. So a bit of traffic ahead of him. So let's just see how we get on, shall we? Another 15-minute race. I believe everybody's on the same tyres. Yeah, the same soft tyres. No tyre wear or fuel usage being implemented during these races. So it is just pure racing as Daddy Dims gets us underway. And already it looks like Sid is going to be chasing after him as Daddy Dims slams into the barrier, and Sid takes that lead up. Pete goes through as well, so does Mr. Hoyland. So a costly mistake for Daddy Dims, straight into the barrier, and he's already dropped down to 4th and coming under attack from the Saint as they go into turn 3 for the first time. Just behind him we've got Stealth, puff of smoke coming from one of the tyres as we come into turn 4, this long sweeping bank left-hander. Stealth now moves up into 4th as Sid carries on going. He's going to try and open up a bit of a gap. Now, can he do it? Pete in third, a bit of a jostling going on behind as the Saint tries to make a move on Stealth as they go through turn 2, heading towards turn 3. There's a little kink in the road. And then back into a left-hander then as Stealth manages to hold on to 4th. The Saint drops into 5th. He's got Carlsberg chasing him down. Let's jump on board with the Saint, shall we? And a quick look behind us, and there we can see Carlsberg having a bit of a look at the inside, with Phaser making his way through the pack, already up to 7th as the Saint catches up to the back of Stealth. Oh, and we've suddenly hit traffic. Now then, why is everybody slowing down? Oh, we've had a casualty, that's why. That time we had a safety car, isn't it? Now then, who's that at the back? It's Rufus. So the safety car's been called. I have no idea why, so let's have a look and see if we can find out what happened. It was right at the beginning. Oh, now then, that was a big old sway. Off he goes into well, he's on the exit of the pit lane, isn't he, Rufus? Now then, is he concussed or is he moving? No, he's moving, albeit very slowly. But the safety car's been called. So we'll let Rufus catch up as everybody lines up side by side, one behind the other. It is Sid and Mr. Hoyland at the front of this little queue, and we're waiting for the go. So are they going to hit it now? Oh, has that gone off their phaser? What the? What? What happened to phaser? These races just do not stop making me smile. Oh, he's got a it's under safety car, and Phaser ends up kissing barrier. It is fantastic stuff. Now then, they're going to have to delay the start again, surely. Yeah, they're going to delay it again because Phaser went off. Sid and Mr. Hoyland were away, weren't they? Oh my goodness, we've had a crash under safety car. Come on guys, sort yourself out. Sort yourself out. Right, we're all bunched up. Are we ready to go? We're just waiting for Sid to shout go and get that hammer down. Look at the speedo in the middle of the screen at the bottom there, around about 55 miles an hour. There we go, we're up and running again. So Sid gets his foot down on the noisy pedal and has it away. Mr. Hoyland in second, with Pete battling away with him for that second spot, but they are second and third at the minute, causing a bit of a rolling roadblock. The guys behind them, Carlsberg in fourth, desperately looking for a way through. Carlsberg now moves up into second. He did manage to find a way through, didn't he? Stealth moves up to fourth. Mr. Hoyland goes third. The Saint in fifth. Grahamid in sixth. Let's jump on board with the Grahamid and get right in amongst the chaos. Grahamid now moves up into fifth. A quick look behind as well. We've got Pete coming up here inside very, very quickly with Phaser. And Grahamid gets squeezed out and pushed against that barrier and has now dropped down to 10th. Wow, what happened there? Grahamid all the way down to 11th. He really did get squeezed out, didn't he? And I can imagine the language in a very broad Scottish accent coming out of that cab at the minute, as Grahamid went from something like 4th down to 11th. He just got pushed against the barrier, didn't he? It is all kicking off as Sid slams into the barrier. He's got Mr. Hoyland behind him. Oh, and he's all getting very touchy-feely there, isn't it? I think it's Stealth that's involved in there somewhere. Phaser's in there, he's moved himself up into 5th. Stealth is in there in 6th. Silly Shot in 7th, just trying to stay out of trouble. He is desperately trying to make his way through the pack. He won race 1, didn't he, by quite a way actually. So he is very quick. He's just trying to find a safe route through, but well, this is what it's like, Silly Shot, when you get caught up in the mid-pack. There is just no room. And even though you're trying to be careful, you've got to look out for the rest of the guys around you. So through turn 3 we go then for the 8th time. The Saint down in 8th, Hoggy in 9th. Then we've got Rufus and poor old Grahamid down in 11th, but he has caught up to the back of the pack so he can concentrate on trying to make his way through. So they are all still very bunched up at the minute. Sid just cannot quite break away. He's got Mr. Hoyland just behind him in second, with Carlsberg still sitting there in third. These three trying desperately to get away from the rest of the pack. Phaser staying with them. Stealth sticking to his bumper. Let's jump on board with Stealth as Mr. Hoyland goes very deep through turn 3, and he's just been mugged as well as Phaser goes through. Stealth goes through. Pete flying around the outside, and he's being followed by Hoggy and Silly Shot as Stealth gets caught in the middle of those guys. Bit of a tap there. Oh, as Mr. Hoyland comes through from nowhere. There is smoke everywhere, as I think it is Carlsberg that's gone on. These races are absolutely chaotic. You've got to have eyes absolutely everywhere. Not just in the back of your head, they've got to be in the sides and on your elbows and up your, you know where. They really are. You cannot take your eyes off of anything for a minute. This is fantastic stuff. The spectators absolutely love it. I'm not so sure about the drivers. We ought to get an interview with one of these drivers actually, just to see what it's like from their point of view. As we just see Carlsberg scraping his way through turn 1 and into turn 2. Now got to try and catch up. We are not quite at halfway through this second 15-minute race at the minute here in Japan. And Sid the Sloth is still out in front, so come on Sid. We need a win from Sid the Sloth. We're all cheering for Sid on this race, although it's going to be a tight one because he's got Silly Shot behind him. And look at the chaos that's taking part behind these guys, as Silly Shot now takes over the lead of this race and has got a clear track in front of him, and he can now get his head down and try and break away. Sid staying there in second with Phaser in third. So these three now all on their own. Come on Sid, we want Sid on the podium. We do want Sid on the podium, as Phaser has a bit of a look up the inside, but nothing doing there as Sid closes the door on him. Now then, the rest of the group being led by Mr. Hoyland. He's holding Hoggy up. Hoggy, if you remember, in race 1 got second spot on the podium. So Hoggy is desperate to try and get by these guys and catch up. Bit of a nudge there from Mr. Hoyland into turn 3, but back on the track is Hoggy, and behind Mr. Hoyland once again in 5th position. That's allowed the Saint to get a lot closer. Now is the Saint going to have a look, or is he going to do a bit of bump drafting and try and give Hoggy the hurry up? As Hoggy dives up the inside of Mr. Hoyland. I think that caught Mr. Hoyland out. He wasn't quite prepared for that. As they go side by side into turn 2, it is Hoggy on the inside. Mr. Hoyland taking the high road around the outside. Into turn 3 they go. and it is Mr. Hoyland just ahead of Hoggy. The Saint sitting there watching all of this while Pete wobbles his way around the outside. He's got Grahamid just outside of him as well, so Grahamid trying to find a way past Pete, but that lag is just causing a little bit of an issue, I think, for Grahamid. Oh, as Mr. Hoyland has got it all wrong. Oh, ouch, that is going to hurt. That was a big old slam into the barrier. He got a bit of a nudge there, and I think it was the Saint that helped him around, and then he got another little tap, and bang, straight into the barrier. Ouch, that is going to hurt. But he's back up and racing, so don't get the ambulance guys out just yet. Although Mr. Hoyland is all the way at the back. Now then, somebody's stopped. Oh, it's Grahamid. Grahamid has pulled over. I think he's taken responsibility for that. But you know what? I don't think it was Grahamid's fault. We're going to go back and have a look. Yeah, Mr. Hoyland, he'd already lost it. Mr. Hoyland had already lost control of the car. I think it was from the initial touch from the Saint. But Grahamid has taken responsibility for that and has pulled over to give the place back to Mr. Hoyland. It's a noble thing to do, Grahamid, but it wasn't your fault. Not a lot you could do about that. Mr. Hoyland had already lost the control of the car and was going sideways down the track, but well done to Grahamid anyway. Back up to the top. Wow, a bit of clean air for Silly Shot, well, for the time being anyway, before he catches up to the back of these two back markers we've just been watching. So Silly Shot out in front looking for his second win of the day. Baser behind him looking to get on the podium again for the second time. Now then, it was Hoggy that joined them last time. At the minute it's Sid the Sloth is holding on to P3, and he's got about nearly 5 minutes to hold on to it. Come on, Sid, we want to see Sid on the podium. The crowd are rooting for Sid. Everybody's rooting for Sid. We want to put Sid on the podium. In fact, let's just end the race now, shall we, and call it a day, so that Sid gets a glass of champagne. But Hoggy has got other ideas. He's chasing Sid and getting very, very close as well. The Saint having a good race this time around in fifth, keeping it nice and clean. Well, apart from that little incident there with I forgot who it was now, Mr. Hoyland. Although I bet even the Saint didn't know much about it. It was that close, and everybody was so bunched up. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? But the Saint having a decent race nevertheless in fifth. Then we've got Pete in sixth. He's been harassed by Carlsberg. Carlsberg having a look at the inside as they exit turn 4, head towards the start-finish line, and Carlsberg just gets his nose in front as they come towards turn 1. Rufus just sitting there in P8 at the minute, watching the two guys in front of him. Now that he's got to pick one, he's going to slipstream one of them. It is Carlsberg out in front at the minute, but Rufus needs to pick somebody who he's going to follow, and it looks like he's... Oh, I thought he was going to follow Carlsberg there, but Pete had other ideas and slammed the door shut on Rufus there. Stealth in 9th. Where is he? There he is. Stealth in 9th. I don't know where the cameraman fell asleep then. So Stealth trying to harass Rufus, sitting there in 9th position. So these four having a decent battle now. Then we've got Grahamid all the way down in 10th. And have we lost one? I think we have. I think Mr. Hoyland has had to retire. So what a shame for Grahamid. He waited for Mr. Hoyland, gave him the place back, ruined his own race, and Mr. Hoyland has had to retire anyway, which is a real shame. But there we go. So as I say, I bet Grahamid is absolutely furious after that decision. Out in front then, Silly Shot with a decent gap, coasting towards his second victory of the day. Baser in second. Nice big gaps between these guys, which is exactly what they want. Then we've got Hoggy in third, so it is almost going to be a carbon copy of race 1 then. Hoggy's managed to get himself up there into the podium position, which is such a shame. We were hoping Sid, not got anything against Hoggy winning, of course I haven't. It's just nice to see Sid up on the podium every now and then. Sid though having a bit of a battle in fourth with the Saint coming in on him fast in 5th position. Where are we at time wise? We are just approaching the last 3 minutes of this second 15-minute race. Things calming down a little bit. Big gap between the Saint and Stealth, who's in 6th. He is just leading this little group of 4 at the minute. Pete in 7th with Carlsberg and Rufus battling away there in 8th and 9th. As they follow each other around turn 1. And then poor old Graham, as I say, down there in 10th. But will he get lapped? I doubt it. I don't think he's going to get lapped by Silly Shot. But Silly Shot cruising to his second victory. Fazer does look like he's gaining, but I think he's just going to run out of time, to be honest. Now then, who's got the fastest lap? It is Hoggy with a 28.8. Hoggy sitting in third at the minute. Now he got that way back in on lap 18, so that was obviously with the use of slipstream. I very much doubt he's going to get that now driving around on his own. He's getting 29s, all very low 29s, so that's very consistent, isn't it? Again, another 29 there on lap 25. So yeah, very consistent is Hoggy, as is Fazer and Silly Shot. The Saint in fourth. He's managed to get by Sid. So apologies we missed that, but the Saint having a fantastic race. He's loving it here in Japan, isn't he, the Saint? He had a good first race. I think it was about 50 finished in race 1. He's now improved on that and got himself up into P4. So maybe we're going to see the Saint on the podium in race 3. Now then, Sid not finished yet. Sid is starting to come back strong and looking to take that P4 back off of the Saint. Stealth in 6 then, with a little help from Colesberg and Pete. Is Colesberg giving him the little hurry up? Or is he just racing? Maybe the bump drafting's not allowed in this race because there doesn't seem to be a lot of it. Not that there's a great deal of space to do it. You've only really got this straight on the exit of turn 4, heading down towards turn 1. There's not a lot of room, so maybe the bump drafting's not allowed in this race as these three battle away. As Stealth goes very high and wide, Pete follows him and both have a scrape of the barrier. That's given Colesberg a bit of an incentive there, but he couldn't quite capitalise on it just yet. Sitting in the slipstream of Stealth. We are into the last minute of this race. So one more lap after this one, I think, for these guys at least. Anyway, Stealth desperately trying to hold on to P6. Colesberg having a right good sniff around. He's gone to the inside. They are side by side now as they approach turn 1 for the final time. Around they go as Stealth scrapes that barrier again. Wow, the body shop are really going to have a word with him when he pulls back in. And that has dropped him down to 8th. And that side swipe has cost him. Now then, let's go back up to the top and see where everybody is as we get to the last 10 seconds. It is Silly Shot still out in front. Is anybody going to cross the line first? Let's have a look as Sid goes through. So it is going to be Pete, I think, that crosses the line first. He does in 6th. Then we've got Stealth in 7th. Colesberg is 8th. Rufus will cross in 9th. But who we've got here? Silly Shot crosses the line first. Let's just pause it and catch up where we are, shall we? Because like race 1, it is chaos when it comes to finishing. So Silly Shot across the line in first. Fazer gets 2nd. Hoggy will definitely get 3rd. The Saint, great racing from the Saint. He's going to come across the line in 4th, I think. Or is Sid the Sloth going to have something else to say about that? It does look like the Saint is going to cross the line, and he does, with Sid in 5th. Now then, we'll pause it. Pete got 6th, Stealth 7th, Colesberg 8th, Rufus 9th, and Grahamid 10th, with Mr. Hoyland retiring from the race very early on. Wow, it is difficult to keep up, isn't it? That was race 2. Join me. I will be back very, very shortly for race 3, which is about half an hour, I think. So we're going to see a bit more racing in that one. Maybe even some pit stops just to excite things up a little bit, if that's possible. Anyway, I'll catch you all soon.